Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm just about to head out to my work Christmas party, but I thought that I would sit down and just have a little chat this morning just about confidence in the gym, how I've grown, and any of the tips that I have. I feel like this will be a part series. Like I feel like I could do a part 2 of this because there's so many, but I've got it all written down on my phone. I feel like it's very individual, feeling confident and being happy in your own body, but ultimately we all want a common goal, which is just to feel good. I've got like a list here, so I'll try not to make this too long because it will be like a chatty video. So if you don't like that sort of video, this is not for you. Alright, let's just start off. I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, this is my biggest tip, and it's something that has helped me grow so much in confidence and in life and in the gym and just in general. That is to do an ego check and to admit that you don't know everything and take a step back and have a willingness to learn and to grow. And I feel like we don't feel confident when we don't know something. So I don't feel confident when I'm talking about like makeup or like specific nutrition. I am confident talking about conveyancing, which is what I do for work, and I'm talking about confidence and saving money and just being a happy person, because that's what I'm good at. It's what I've had experience in and I've learned lessons. But the thing is, you have to take a step back, learn something, and then you'll become more confident once you know it. Watch the YouTube videos and watch other people and how they do things, and accept that you don't know something, and if someone's willing to show you, then take that on. But I feel like our egos get the better of us sometimes, and we just say, no, I know everything, no, it's fine, I know, but in reality we don't. And it's impossible to know everything. Like, even the experts, your pro bodybuilders, like, everyone is learning. But once you admit that you don't know everything and you can learn something, you'll become more confident. In the gym, in feeling confident, you've got to do the things that you're good at first. I really like that. So if I'm like having an off week and I go back after my period or something, I'll do upper body. I love training upper body, I love training abs. It's my favorite. Like, I feel good doing it, and it makes me more confident to go into my next session because I've achieved something, I've done something I'm good at, and I'm happy. So if you like cycling or boxing or rowing or running or swimming, do that first and you will feel happy and confident enough to go into your next session because you have achieved something. Don't be down on yourself that, you know, it wasn't the best session you ever had, but you still did something that you enjoyed. Okay, so accept it's okay to fail. So just fail at whatever you're doing, fail the workout, fail the lift, but once you realize that it's okay to fail, you'll ultimately become more confident when you test your boundaries, and you can become more confident in taking that next step, doing the heavier lift or going that extra few kilometers if you're doing a run. Once you grow enough to try something and test it a little bit, and it's okay to fail, otherwise you'll just continue at the same weight or the same distance that you've always been doing. But once you test that and you break through that, you start to feel a sense of achievement, and you're like, I can do this. You will feel more confident going into doing a bigger weight or doing a bigger distance or whatever it might be. But it is totally okay to fail, and I really want people to start realizing that. Like, it's not a bad thing. If you are new to the gym and you don't feel confident going on your own because you don't know what you're doing, or you just lack that experience about the equipment in the gym, like, it can be really overwhelming. Like, I 100% get it. Like, going into a new gym, like, I have to take like a lap to walk around, and I'm like, okay, like, all right, now I know where I am. Like, it can be really overwhelming, and I totally understand that. Go with a friend, get a PT. Like, I know sometimes they can be really expensive, so if you have a friend who knows what they're doing, or, you know, could just be there for some support, bring them with you, have a few laughs. Don't take yourself too seriously. Like, I feel like that's the problem in the gym too. Like, people are taking themselves so seriously, but when you're with a friend, you're more likely to just laugh and have a better time, and you'll feel confident enough to try some things because you're not on your own. So if you do fail at something, you're not embarrassed or anything like that. Not that it's embarrassing at all. Like, you know, we all fail at things. As I said before, use a guide. So follow a plan of some form. There's heaps of apps out there. There's so many different programs with nutrition as well, different like exercise plans, but ultimately, like, people don't feel confident going into the gym and doing things because they're like, I don't know how I'm supposed to achieve results, and I don't know what's going to get me there. But if you follow a certain plan and you get your certain macros, like, everyone has different macros. If you have like a specific meal plan and an exercise plan, you can go in there and you can feel confident that if you follow that for 4 to 6 weeks, or I think it's up to 8 weeks, but if you follow that, you'll feel confident enough that you're following this and you will get results, because this has been a plan that has been written out by a professional. It's not just some random plan that you made up when you walked in. So yeah, I would definitely say follow a plan. I feel like this one is a bit odd, but this relates to just life in general as well. It's smile at people and give a compliment. Like, everyone is there for a common goal. Like, we're all there to feel good about ourselves, not necessarily to look good, but to feel good. And when you do good, you feel good. So give a compliment. It's not hard. Like, compliment someone on what they're wearing, or, you know, that looked really hard, like you did, that was great form, or whatever. We don't give compliments enough. Like, we sit on our phones scrolling through Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and whatever, but whilst you're on there, you could be commenting on 3 people's photos, and that could make their day. And because you're doing good, it makes you feel good, so you feel more confident just in general, because you know that you're not the best at everything. This just relates back to my first point about doing an ego check, that you're not the best, you know, you're not the best at anything, and there are other people there that are better than you, but don't be afraid to give them a compliment. So if you are new and like you're just starting out and it's like your first like few sessions, like check the hours of the gym and see when the quiet periods are, so you can try things and you can fail at things, and you won't feel like there's pressure around you to be better at things than you are. Once you build up, you know, going from the quiet periods to the busy periods, you'll feel better enough and confident enough to do the lifts and the movements and whatever you're doing in front of other people, because you're not as embarrassed, and you've grown and you've educated yourself, failed, you know, not in front of other people, and you'll feel better enough doing it in front of others. This one is zone out and let the gym become your happy and safe place. So the other week, like I've spoken about this in my last few videos, that I've been going through a bit of a tough time. The other week, like I went to the gym and I finished my session and I was on the spin bike and I was listening to this song, and it meant a lot to me. I was just there riding and I was listening to it, and I just started crying, because the gym is my safe place. Like, no matter where I move to, no matter where I go, like the gym is my safe place where I can be myself, and I can cry and I can, you know, do whatever, and no one's gonna judge me. Like, yeah, I was getting looks, like these guys were looking at me and I was like, it's not about a boy, like we have other problems, but it's my safe place, and I feel confident enough that I can just let my emotions be and just be who I am ultimately. Like, no one's gonna judge me, and I left there and I felt better for it. Sounds weird about how it affects your confidence, but if you let that be your safe place for you, where you can just, you know, be who you are, you'll be surprised about how it affects your confidence, and you'll walk in there and it's going to feel like you're home, and you can just do whatever you need to do. And like, if you ever feel embarrassed that, you know, you did something in the gym and you failed at it or whatever, just remember that I was crying in the gym in front of everyone. So if that makes you feel better, there's that. Oh, I like this one. Invest in some activewear that you feel great in. I really like the Do You Even activewear. Like, I know it's a little bit more expensive, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Like, you could go to Kmart or Cotton On or Target. Like, I'd really love to do a video with some budget activewear, just so it's for everyone. Wear something that you feel good in. Like, you don't have to wear a crop top and booty shorts. Like, you could wear an oversized t-shirt and leggings. Like, whatever, you know, when we wear something we feel good in, like maybe it's a favorite color. Like, I love this color on me, like, I don't know, I like blue. When we wear something that we're confident in and we feel good, we're more inclined to just feel better about ourselves overall. Here's one. Oh, this is like one of my favorite. It's like one of my mantras that I just repeat over and over and over. It might sound funny about how it relates to confidence, but I'll explain. If you're willing to give somebody else 8 hours of your time, you can give yourself 1. So I'm going to assume that, like, most of us work and we go to work from 9 to 5 or whatever the hours that we do, and we're working for someone else's dream ultimately, and working for a business, and that's totally fine. But if you're willing to slog out 8 hours for them, you can give yourself 45 minutes to an hour for yourself. Just 1 hour, like, that's all. I think that's like a motivator for me, and it's how I feel more confident, because I'm just like, I'll be damned if I let anyone else ruin my time that's for me. Like, if I've slogged out 8 hours at work, like, this is my time. I'm just gonna do my thing, and it drives me and it motivates me, and I feel more confident. And I feel more confident because I've got this saying in the back of my head that's like, if you're willing to work for somebody else, you can work for yourself too. You know, getting into the mindset that this is my time, and I just let it motivate me. And I feel like motivation and confidence go hand in hand. Set a timer on your phone, 45 minutes to an hour. That's all you really need. Like, if I'm having a really Like if I've had a bad week or I've just been off my training for a bit, I'll set a 45-minute timer on my phone and I'll feel like a sense of accomplishment because I've gone in there, I've done my session, I've done the exercises, and it may not have been the best session, but I was there and I worked really hard for the whole time. So I'm not talking about like sitting on your phone and whatnot. You know, you were there and you pushed yourself for the 45 minutes, and then you can go home and you can feel accomplished and confident that when you go into your next session, it'll be better because you're just growing. Like it's not going to be like the first session back is the best and you just kill it straight away. Like work your way up. Like especially if you're new and you don't know what's in the gym and you don't know the equipment and you're not familiar with the layout or the people or how they do things, just set yourself a little timer so you can get used to it. Don't compare yourself to other people. It's not you versus them, it's you versus you. I think that's it, but this last one is just, at the end of the day, your journey is your own and it shouldn't be compared to anyone else's. So like I said, like it's you versus you, it's not you versus anyone else. Like really no one else is looking at you and thinking about you the way that you are. Like you're looking in the mirror going, oh, I should probably work on this, or I'm not happy with this, but no one else is looking at you and going, she needs to work on that. Like, and if they are, like that says more about them. If you are in the gym and you're new, like don't be afraid to go up to someone, like maybe the people that work there or like a PT, and ask for help. And because at the end of the day, no one cares more about your journey than you do. Like no one's gonna care as much about your health and your fitness and your mental state than you do. So start caring about yourself more, put yourself first, and have the confidence to go in there, work really hard, and look back on it and go, yeah, I worked really hard. Like there's nothing worse than going into the gym and you were too scared to pick up some weights because there was, you know, a group of guys in the corner. Like at the gym when I first started, like the weights corner was like all the free weights, and I was too scared to go over, and I was intimidated to go over and pick up some free weights and take them to the floor because that's where all the guys were. Now I could just care less, but I get it. Like I totally get it that it is really intimidating, but at the end of the day, you're gonna go home and go, oh, I wish that I had just done it. Like no one was gonna care. People are there to help you and no one's gonna judge you. At the end of the day, when you know you're in bed and you're like, oh damn, I wish I just didn't care about what people thought today, and I just, you know, went and got those weights that I needed because that's what I wanted for my session. And get out what you want from it. Like it's all about you and how you feel, and just grow. If you are new, like don't put too much pressure on yourself to know everything. Like no one does. But when we are willing to learn and take on new things, that's when we become confident. I think that's all for today, but I hope that this helps you. And if you're new to the gym, like go up to someone, smile at someone, just, you know, don't be afraid to just put yourself out there and do what's best for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. Bye.